bago ko po i-discuss yung two cases. This one is, and I'm sorry Mr. Chair for presenting this, but this is already in social media po in TikTok. A particular person under the handle of AMP Satire had been producing deepfakes, but this time it is different. This time inaamin po niya na deepfake yung pinoproduce niya at meron po siyang kolatilya na sinasabi niya yung kaniyang pinipresent is for political satire. Sinasabi niya na these are all satirical and these are all political opinions. So yung isa po, hindi niya inamin, sinasabi, yung baliktad po, yung Pulveron case, sinasabi nila na totoo yun. Ito naman pong si AMP Satire, almost every day nagpo-produce sa TikTok, sinasabi niya this is satire and that this is for fun. Yun nga lang po, obviously, ang tinatarget po niya, nandiyan po si number 1 in our constitutional hierarchy, the President, and then followed by the number 4 in our constitutional hierarchy, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and some other personalities involved. Next slide.
So mga targets yan, talagang they are being hired to malign the persons of those political personalities.
To be honest, Mr. Chair, we do not have specific information yet. But we are willing to share results of investigation of our efforts to track down the entire machinery being used, which is on the next slide, Mr. Chair.
All right, sige, go ahead.
Wala lang, Mr. Chair.
Nag-react kasi nakita ko yung picture ko eh. So, kaya I reacted.
My apologies, Mr. Chair.
Sige, pero kung meron na kayong makukuhang mga sources dyan, maganda for us. Sige, go ahead.
So, Mr. Chair, first I would like to seek the apology of the committee because no charges until now have been filed with case to the Pulveron, pero meron kaming map out of the personalities that engage in kung sino yung anchor. Ang tawag namin doon anchor eh. Yung parang source, tapos ini-spread nila systematically using a case of hashtags.
So you have the information about that?
But we would like to request sana, sir, kasi wala pa namang official case na we are ready to present this sana in executive session to congressmen.
Surely we have to have an executive session on that matter. This entails national security. Okay, Congressman Barbers.
Mr. Chairman, just clarification kay Yusek Jeff. No? Ang ibig mong sabihin, identified nyo kung saan nag-originate yung video.
Sir, yung originate, hindi po, how would I say it? May suspect po kami sino yung anchor, kung saan sinishare, similar to the academic discussions earlier made by the academe. Usually meron siyang anchor, and then po pwedeng because naniniwala ka lang, hindi ka naman paid, pero kung papaano dinidisseminate. So meron po siyang
with the indulgence of Congressman Ace Barbers, kasi itong information na to, very critical as well. Kasi sa atin, okay lang yung personal natin eh. Yung personal natin, we can talk about it eh. But if this video pertaining to, halimbawa, yung sa West Philippine Sea, tapos sasabihin natin yung source na yun, ma-identify natin, it might jeopardize yung operation ng DICT. So I believe that we need to have a executive session on this matter because I know what you're driving at, Chairman, but kasi kung sa atin lang, sige, okay na yan, pero makikita yung intention eh. So wag, I believe that we have to have an executive session.
I absolutely agree with you, Mr. Chair, but my question directed to the Yusek Jeff is, alam nila kung, kaya nga kinaklarify ko, sabi nyo, yung anchor ba, yung ba yung origin? Hindi.
not necessarily so, Your Honor.
So, but when you say anchor,
The source of the shares.
siya yung responsible in sharing.
That's correct.
And you have a person in mind. You have a suspect.
We have a series of people who could be the anchors because sila sa kanila yung, kumbaga pag in ABC po, sila yung root, sila yung main
And if
propagators.
evidence warrants, magpa-file kayo ng kaso.
If the case,
May we know ano yung kasong ipa-file nyo?
sir, if meron nga po kaming question, we will present that po, Your Honor, because we're discussing
Thank
that.
you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Yusek.
Okay, Yusek, you can proceed with that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, to the next slide po. So, here are the open debates that we are having in which we would like to share to the public and also to the esteemed TRICOM so that para makita po kung gaano ka-complex yung issue ng misinformation and disinformation. If we focus on the Polveron case, the questions in mind that we are discussing among the executive committee of the CICC, which includes the NBI, the PNP-ACG, and the DOJ, is that will this fall under the sedition, revised penal code article 139, or a rebellious act or sedition? Because the element must be that the offender rises publicly and tumultuously, among other things. Ito naman po kasi openly pinananawagan nila na BBM resign. Mamaya po ipapakita rin namin yung pag nakita niyo po kasi yung hashtags, ang ginamit nila is hashtag Polvoron, hashtag BBM resign. And then they used hashtag PNP, hashtag AFP. Parang it seems that they are fooling the public that the AFP, our armed elements, our legitimate armed forces are part of this particular call. So may mga ganun po kasing ginamit sila.
Pero Yusek, yung hashtag is like, para lang inform kayo of this content, right?
Yes, sir. But it's also being used as a metric for virality among social media
To make it
banners.
viral.
To make it viral, yes, sir.
But they're not part of that.
No, yes, sir.
Sige, okay.
Next slide, please. So, now, in this particular case study, again, let me emphasize two things which our esteemed colleagues from the academy have already presented. The case of the Polvoron is very, very clear mal-information. Kiniklaim nila totoo ito. So, it is a national security concern. In the case of AMP Satire, it was self-identified, pero tinatago pa rin po niya yung kanyang yung kanyang true identity. So, mga questions namin ngayon, does it fall under sedition law? Can sedition case be filed in the case of Polvoron case? Pero ito po yung number 3 bullet point po ang actually mas mahirap. Usually, the information being requested on the actual people behind handles, like in the case of AMP Satire or in the case of other, kasi hindi po totoong identity minsan yung pinapost nila sa Facebook, nahihirapan po kaming mag-acquire. Kasi we need to issue a cyber warrant, and I think the law enforcement agencies would be more would be more authoritative to enlighten that matter. Pero usually po kasi for the case of cyber libel, pag magpa-file po ng MLAT, which is mutual legal assistance treaty, sasabihin ng US, for example, but libel is not a criminal offense in our jurisdiction, ergo you cannot compel us to produce that information. Just to give you an example, Your Honor. So, next slide.
Dahil sa kanila, sa state, civil.
Civil case po ang libel.
And it was committed in the United States.
The United States, yes.
And that's the reason why it's hard for us to...
One of the reasons why we're having some
Yeah,
difficulties.
correct.
Your Honor, yes.
But talking about you were talking about the subpoena power.
Yes, sir.
Papunta po kayo doon?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir. Sa PINAPAW. So here, I would like to gusto lang po namin ipakita sa public and sa members ng Congress kung ano po yung similar laws, pero on a more practical note. Kanina kasi diniscuss ng academy yung ibang laws, but more on a on more academic note. Ito practical lang po. How do other countries treat cyber warrants? Sa atin po kasi pareho tayo ng US, which is the first row, mag-a-apply ka sa court. But there are some other countries na ina-allow nila, for example, yung prosecution or competent police authorities to issue a limited power to subpoena information. And that's where we're coming from. For example, Russia has that. Singapore has a limited power on that. And also the United Kingdom. Next slide po. Now, in terms of retention, nagiging problema rin po kasi from a law enforcement perspective yung retention. Sometimes, magpa-file ng kaso 8 months down the road kasi doon lang naging available yung warrants and yung information that we need. Pero burado na. I understand that the social media networks, I hope nga they are here, sa kanilang servers which is located elsewhere in the world but not in the Philippines, I'm sure they have that data. Because they also have data retention policies with other countries. But in the country po kasi, we